One, Los Angeles, USA. Originally priced at $500 million, The One, a mega mansion in Bel Air, Los Angeles, eventually went into foreclosure and sold for around $126 million in 2022. But even with the drop, it remains one of the largest and most insane private residences ever constructed. The One was designed by architect Paul McLean with interiors by Catherine Rotondi in a striking modernist style defined by clean lines, panoramic glass walls, and minimal ornamentation. Perched on a Bel Air promontory, the 105,000-square-foot residence was oriented to maximize its 360-degree views, spanning the Pacific Ocean, downtown Los Angeles, and the San Gabriel Mountains. To amplify the impression of floating above the city, the house is wrapped on three sides by a broad water moat, while multiple infinity-edge pools and terraces cascade toward the horizon. The design also incorporates a 400-foot outdoor jogging track enclosed with glass, expansive skydecks including one nearly 10,000 square feet in size, and a series of landscape terraces that connect the house to its dramatic hillside setting. Every exterior element was conceived not only as a visual statement, but as a framing device for the unparalleled views. Inside are 21 bedrooms, 42 bathrooms, each finished with imported marble, onyx, and rare woods, and every imaginable luxury: a nightclub with a full bar, a 50-seat movie theater, and a 4-lane bowling alley with leather seating and gold-plated fixtures. There's a tennis court, multiple infinity pools, and even a private moat that wraps around the mansion like a modern castle. The interiors feature furniture designed by top brands like Fendi Casa and Roberto Cavalli Home, with individual chairs costing upwards of $25,000 each. The dining room table? Custom-built for 20 guests, priced like a supercar. Fairfield, Sagaponack, New York, USA. Fairfield, owned by investor Ira Rennert, is officially assessed at around $250 million, but most experts believe its real-world value sits well north of $400 million, making it one of the most expensive private residences ever built in the United States. With approximately 110,000 square feet of interior space, it rivals The One in scale, but with a very different structural philosophy. The mansion contains 29 bedrooms, 39 bathrooms, 5 swimming pools, 2 bowling alleys, 2 tennis courts, and a private 164-seat theater. It also includes a $150 million private art gallery wing designed for museum-grade climate regulation. Its most extreme feature is energy infrastructure. Fairfield operates its own on-site power station capable of producing several megawatts of electricity, enough to supply a small town. Backup diesel generators and sealed fuel reserves allow the estate to operate for weeks completely off-grid. The entire structure is anchored by ultra-thick reinforced concrete slabs designed to handle extreme loads and long-term settlement, giving the mansion a structural mass closer to institutional or military facilities than a private home. All exterior openings use hurricane-resistant glazing capable of withstanding high-velocity debris impacts and severe coastal storms common to the Hamptons. Beneath the estate, a network of high-security subterranean utility corridors houses power distribution, water systems, communications lines, and maintenance access, allowing the property to operate independently while keeping critical infrastructure hidden, protected, and accessible without disrupting the living spaces above. The annual operating cost alone runs into tens of millions of dollars per year, mostly to keep power systems, staff, and infrastructure functioning. Antilia, Mumbai, India. The single most expensive private home ever built is Antilia, the personal residence of Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, Asia's richest man with a net worth of approximately $108 billion as of May 2025. The mansion cost is estimated at $2 billion, with later valuations pushing as high as $4.6 billion, making it the most valuable piece of private real estate in modern history. The residence covers an astonishing 400,000 square feet. Unlike typical mega-mansions that sprawl outward across vast estates, Antilia vertically towers 27 stories above Mumbai, standing at 173 meters tall. The architecture was designed by Perkins & Will and built by Leighton Contractors. Its shape is inspired by the sun and lotus, ancient symbols of energy and purity. The facade is clad in glass, steel, and tiles imported from Italy and Morocco, with carved stone and wood elements worked by artisans flown in from Rajasthan. Each section of the tower is slightly staggered, designed to appear like stacked blocks, giving the structure both earthquake resistance and visual rhythm. Its reinforced frame can withstand an earthquake of magnitude 8, something few skyscrapers in the world can claim, making it one of the most structurally resilient private homes ever constructed. At the base of Antilia lies a multi-level garage capable of holding 168 cars, exclusively for the most extravagant brands, of course. Each level is climate-controlled, equipped with humidity regulators to preserve exotic vehicles, and finished with Italian marble floors. There are service bays, private fueling stations, and elevator shafts connecting directly from the garage to the family's residential levels. Antilia is practically a resort disguised as a home. The ballroom spans an entire floor, with chandeliers so massive they are imported from Germany and finished with Swarovski crystals. The dance floor is made of Italian marble polished to a mirror shine, while the walls are lined with hand-carved motifs inspired by Indian temples. The private cinema holds 50 leather recliners, each custom-made in Europe and worth thousands of dollars apiece. With Dolby Atmos sound and a screen larger than many commercial theaters, it rivals actual multiplexes in Mumbai. There's a full spa complex, with Ayurvedic treatment rooms, saunas, and a health center designed like a luxury retreat. A dedicated yoga studio has teakwood floors imported from Burma. One of the most surreal features is the snow room. This climate-controlled chamber uses advanced refrigeration panels to generate actual snowflakes. In a city where summer temperatures climb past 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, Antilia's walls literally produce snowflakes on demand. It's a billion-dollar ice cave that allows its owners to step from the tropical heat of Mumbai into an artificial winter, without leaving the building. The tower contains 9 high-speed elevators, each designated for a specific group: family, guests, staff, services, or emergencies. This prevents bottlenecks and ensures privacy. The house employs 600 full-time staff, from chefs and cleaners to security experts and engineers. That's more than the crew of a luxury cruise ship, dedicated to maintaining a single house. At the top floors are the family's living quarters, with triple-height ceilings, floor-to-ceiling glass walls, and panoramic views of the Arabian Sea. The interiors are filled with custom pieces: Persian rugs worth hundreds of thousands, hand-woven silk wall panels, and Italian furniture brands like Versace Home and Armani Casa. It is said some rooms alone cost millions in decoration. And above it all, a rooftop helipad allows direct travel by air, bypassing Mumbai's notorious traffic entirely. Its maintenance costs run into millions per month, covering staff salaries, security, electricity, and upkeep of rare materials. The land beneath Antilia alone is worth over $400 million, since it sits on Altamont Road, nicknamed the Billionaire's Row of Mumbai.
Villa Leopolda, French Riviera. On the Mediterranean coast of France lies Villa Leopolda, valued at around $750 million. Built on 50 acres of terraced land, the estate has one of the most breathtaking views in Europe. It is a grand villa in Villefranche-sur-Mer, built in its current form between 1929 and 1931 by Ogden Codman Jr., on an estate formerly owned by King Leopold II of Belgium. Its style draws strongly on Belle Époque, Neo-Palladian, classical French architecture, merged with Mediterranean villa traditions. The exterior features include white or light-colored walls, green shutters, and traditional terracotta roof tiles, giving it a Mediterranean aristocratic villa aesthetic. The villa's gardens are legendary, cared for by 50 full-time gardeners, and filled with ancient olive trees, citrus groves, and imported tropical plants. Walking its grounds is like crossing 38 football fields worth of landscaped terraces, all cascading down toward the sea. The mansion itself is filled with marble staircases, gilded balustrades, and antique chandeliers dating back to the 19th century. Many of the furnishings are museum-grade, with sofas and tables once owned by European aristocrats. A single chandelier in its main salon is valued at over $1 million, crafted from baccarat crystal. Few billionaire houses on Earth can rival its combination of history, prestige, and scenery.
Palazzo di Amore, Beverly Hills, USA. In Beverly Hills, Palazzo di Amore makes a different statement. Valued at about $195 million, it combines traditional mansion luxury with a full working vineyard. The grand Mediterranean-style villa estate produces up to 400 bottles of wine per year from its private grapes, bottled with the estate's private label. Few homeowners can sip wine literally grown and bottled on their property at this scale. The mansion itself has 12 bedrooms, 23 bathrooms, and a ballroom that can hold 250 guests with a revolving dance floor. Yes, the entire floor spins during parties. The entertainment center spans 15,000 square feet, with a bowling alley, a full spa, and a private theater. Interiors are finished with onyx fireplaces, Italian marble, and silk wall coverings. Even the guest bathrooms feature gold-plated fixtures. The exterior is busy. Multiple gates, fountains and waterfalls, extensive landscape terraces, pavilions, a tennis court, and various pool types. There is also a guest house and formal gardens, along with designed vistas and views that integrate the building with its large lot. The garages and motor courts hold over 150 cars, from Ferraris to Rolls-Royces, with polished floors and custom lighting to showcase the collection like a private museum. Xanadu 2.0, Medina, Washington, USA. Bill Gates' mansion, known as Xanadu 2.0, is a technological fortress disguised as a lakeside residence. Valued at roughly $130 to $150 million, it is not the most expensive by price, but it redefines what a smart mansion actually means. Every visitor is given a wearable microchip badge that allows rooms to automatically adjust lighting, temperature, music, and wall displays based on personal preferences. Xanadu's digital infrastructure is closer to a corporate data center than a private residence. Miles of fiber optic cable run through the walls, feeding distributed server closets hidden across multiple floors, while redundant power routing on independent breaker grids ensures the system never goes dark. Every space is tied into a central smart home brain that continuously adapts itself in real time. Rooms recognize occupants automatically and reconfigure themselves without commands, turning the house into a responsive living system rather than a static luxury structure. Maintaining Xanadu requires constant systems management rather than traditional home upkeep. Dedicated technicians monitor the network, climate systems, and power routing around the clock, performing software updates, hardware replacements, and calibration across thousands of sensors and control nodes. Annual maintenance costs run into the millions of dollars, driven by energy consumption, IT infrastructure refresh cycles, and specialized staff needed to keep the smart systems stable, secure, and continuously operational. Besides all that modernity, the estate contains 6 kitchens, a 1,000-square-foot trampoline room, a force-regulated swimming pool with underwater speakers, and a library with a $30 million handwritten Codex Leicester by Leonardo da Vinci, displayed inside a climate-locked glass vault. The house spreads across 66,000 square feet, built into the hillside above Lake Washington using Douglas fir beams, steel shear walls, and deep concrete caissons drilled into bedrock for seismic stability.
Les Cèdres Estate, Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat, France.
Once owned by King Leopold II of Belgium, Les Cèdres is one of the most expensive historic estates ever transacted, selling for roughly $450 million. The estate covers 35 acres, with a 19,000-square-foot main villa, 14 bedrooms, and one of the most advanced private botanical installations in Europe. Its gardens contain over 14,000 rare plant species, many protected under international conservation law. Entire underground irrigation tunnels distribute water across the terraces using gravity-fed reservoirs designed in the 1800s and modernized with electric pumping arrays. Inside Les Cèdres, luxury is expressed through preservation rather than excess. The mansion houses a library of more than 3,000 rare botanical volumes, many dating back centuries, stored under controlled conditions to protect their fragile pages. Its interior halls are lined with museum-grade marble, chosen not just for appearance but for longevity. Behind the historic stone walls, modern seismic reinforcements have been discreetly injected into the 19th century structure, allowing the estate to meet contemporary safety standards while preserving its original architectural character. The estate operates like a self-contained agricultural research campus merged with a palace, making it one of the most complex luxury residences ever preserved.